When it comes to the GOP, their embrace of a raging misogynist identity and backing controlling husbands and the death penalty for abortion, that's basically what they want. One of the guys that's a Republican said that he says, I need a woman who looks like she got punched. So basically, this is them promoting their open abuse. Basically, I need a woman who looks like she got punched, and this was a most recent saying of a recent hire by Representative pedophile Matt Gaetz, a Republican from Florida. This is what Andrew Kloster had said, and he's, like I said, a recent hire by the pedophile Matt Gaetz. But as Roger Stoltenberger of the Daily Beast and former Salon reporter, this self-proclaimed raging misogynist is hardly just some random troll that the famously provocative pedophile Gaetz picked up off of Twitter. Now, Kloster denounced he denounced sexual consent as a pernicious fetish, and he argued that Natalie Portman should have stayed 11 years old, which can never happen because some people basically your body ages every year anyway, and that's something you don't have control over. Now, Kloster is also a member of the Federalist Society, the GOP pipeline for the far-right federal court judges. He also worked for the Donald Trump administration and was once a clerk at the Seventh Circuit of Court of Appeals. He's worked with many religious right groups like the Heritage Foundation, while also tweeting, "If we don't defend child pornographers, we're only one step away from Nazism." Now, Kloster isn't just some frat buddy of the pedophile Gaetz. He's also a member of the Christian right and the Republican Party in good standing. And this should not be fucking surprising. Despite all the self-congratulatory language of Christian conservatives about how they are pro-life, the movement is really just about old-fashioned misogyny and homophobia and racism. It's why family values don't set back Trump, who's a 3-time married chronic adulterer who's stolen the legal battle over illegal hush money payments paid to a former porn star, Stormy Daniels. Now, in the world of Republican politics, a woman who has consensual sex with her husband should be punished by being denied medical care while she bleeds out from a miscarriage. But straight men have no real limits put on their sexual desires or even how gross they can get about it on Twitter. Now, Kloster may be a little more outspoken about his misogynist attitudes more than most Republicans are. And still, he's not really an outlier. It's not just that Republicans are doubling and tripling down on the tax on reproductive rights. The real goal of the GOP here has always been to inflict severe punishment on women who don't control their rigid gender roles. The sadism that fuels the anti-choice movement is revealing itself more openly. Now, let's go back to last week. The Texas Tribune reported on one of the first major tests of the Texas bounty hunter abortion ban, which allows ordinary people to sue anyone suspected of aiding or abetting an abortion. And when the law was first passed, feminists warned that it would be used by abusive men to control and punish their female partners. Now, sure enough, the plaintiff in this case sounds every inch the vindictive ex-husband. He is literally suing his ex-wife's friends for helping her leave him. And to make it worse, his lawyer is Jonathan Mitchell, who's a Republican operative who used to be the state solicitor general, and he also helped write the abortion ban. Now, the Republicans are not even fucking pretending anymore. They are openly embracing the way these laws can be used to punish women for saying no to men. The text messages being put into evidence tell the heartbreaking story of a woman trying to escape a bad marriage, and of her loyal friends who will move heaven and earth to help her. I know either way he will use it against me, the pregnant woman texted. Her friends warned he would snake his way into your head and advised delete all conversations from today so her husband would not be able to spy on her. Basically, if I told him before, which I'm not, he would use it as a way to try to stay with me, and after the fact, I know he would try to act like he has some right to the decision the woman fretted. And mind you, it's Mitchell who submitted these texts into evidence. The Republicans do not see this story as most people would, like that of heroic friends helping someone in need. Nope, they see this as a tale of a disobedient woman who needs to be fucking punished. That's basically their mindset. Voters hate abortion bans and vote them down at the ballot box in every red state, instead of moderating in response. However, many Republican leaders are dialing up the cruel and frankly violent stance towards women who seek abortions. In South Carolina, in the South Carolina General Assembly, Republicans had introduced a bill that would allow the death penalty for any woman who aborted her pregnancy. And this was not just the brainchild of a single fringe character either. 21 Republicans co-sponsored that bill, and that is nearly a quarter of Republicans in the state's House of Representatives. Now, most Republicans are a little more subtle about the yearnings to inflict pain and terror on pregnant women. Instead of threatening to kill women directly, the strategy is usually to deny them medical care and let nature do its dirty work for them. We've already been subject to an overwhelming number of horror stories about miscarrying women being told that they have to wait until they're near death before a doctor could clean up the suspect remains of a failed pregnancy. Now, but many Republicans in many states are now tightening the law so that doctors are more afraid than ever of going to prison if they provide a standard medical care in the event of a miscarriage. In Tennessee, for example, Republicans are finalizing a bill that they claim creates an exception to the abortion ban for women in medical crisis, which it doesn't. But as Jessica Valenti of the Abortion Everyday newsletter points out, the bill still bans miscarriage treatment if there's an embryonic heart pulse. Miscarrying patients still will be denied medical care, even if they are bleeding through the sheets and sepsis is threatening to kill them. Regular readers of Valenti's newsletter know that this is a pattern with Republicans. They know that forcing women to get sick because of miscarriages cut against false claims to be pro-life. Because the Republicans are not pro-life. Basically, after the woman gives birth, the Republicans are like, fuck you, you're on your own. But Republicans also don't want to amend the laws to allow women to get treatment. But after all, the actual purpose of abortion bans is to make women suffer. So Republicans will craft bad faith excuses and misleading legislative language, all so that they can maximize women's pain while pretending to be compassionate, which they're really not. And they will even play games blaming women for miscarriages just as an excuse to arrest them. Now, ultimately, the tap dancing that Republicans do won't amount to much anyway. Miscarriage management is still banned in anti-choice states. So the drumbeat of horror stories about women being denied care while buckets of blood pour out of their bodies will still keep coming, and most Americans will know who to blame: the Republicans who invite proud sexual assailants like Trump and self-identified raging misogynists into the GOP, and that's basically what they want. So basically, if you like the hold on, now. Now, yeah, that's the ugly pedophile. That's the ugly fucking looking pedophile Matt Gaetz. That is one ugly son of a bitch. But if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, REW King. You can also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. Go ahead, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you want to support my work and my brother, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little as a few bucks a video or a month, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.